Good morning, everyone, and welcome in to Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this 9 a.m. Eastern time hour. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Always a thrill to be here with you on the show. Coming up on the show today, I have one of my teen daughters, Marjean Dugas, our co-host here on Project Joy Live. She's here today. We're going to be talking about finding joy in life's in between moments, the waiting. And I also find it interesting because she was talking about, we were talking about before the show, how August is the only month really in the United States that doesn't have, I think, a federal holiday. And so it is kind of this strange, I don't know, August is a weird month. And so, but now it seems to be a month where kids are going back to school. And I find that really interesting too, because when I was growing up, we didn't go back to school until the day after Labor Day every year. And so that was always obviously in the US here the first week of September. And so it's strange. It's strange. It's different times we are in. So let me know how you're doing today. Head over to the comments, let me know where you're joining from and what is bringing you joy today. I am after Monday, I'm feeling a little bit better today, so I will take that as a win. We talked about a lot of really great things with Trista on the show on Monday. If you missed it, definitely go back and take a listen, because we talked about joy on the really hard days, and we talked about perspective and mirroring and lots of stuff. And so definitely go back and check that out from Monday's episode. But I'm excited because we have a great episode with Marjean today. And then we also have another great one coming up on Friday with Danielle Valero. Also, guys, this is season 7 of the Breakthrough Show of Project Joy on the Breakthrough Show Network. And so even when we are not here Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and in our break times, there is tons for you to take in and watch and get your daily dose of joy. Okay. It's always a good time and always fantastic people coming up on the show. I'm very excited because this month I've also got a couple guest co-hosts coming on with me in addition to our regulars. Sharon Saraga Walters is going to be back this month to talk about gratitude, what she's been up to since the last time we saw her. And I'm sure it'll be a conversation too of some of the joy and some of the challenging times. And then we also have Brian K. Wright coming back on the show. He's an incredible author, publisher, entrepreneur in general, and he is the publisher for Ultimate Achievers magazine. Now, what's really exciting about that magazine is, I've written for the magazine, but not that. Brian's actually about to publish the 100th edition of Ultimate Achievers magazine. So really exciting. Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank was one of the first ones. I think he was the first cover, actually, if I'm not mistaken, of Ultimate Achievers magazine. And so some really fantastic, life-changing, earth-changing entrepreneurs that show up in Ultimate Achievers magazine. And you can find everything in that magazine, from business advice to personal advice, business development, personal development. And it's a great magazine. And it's super inexpensive. I think you can get a free trial for like $1, and then it's like $97 for the whole year to get the magazine. So I'll drop the link in the comments later on, and you guys can go check that out. But I've really been enjoying writing for Brian, and he gave me the opportunity anytime I want to write for the magazine. And so I have been on a mission lately to submit an article every month for the rest of the year, and talk a lot about the work that I'm doing in the world, which has to do with experience, user experience, customer experience, life experience, and I call it experience architecture. And so I'm really excited to get that out into the world, that information, that knowledge. And one of the things that hit me yesterday was talking about how important it is for us to have a good experience as well. I think a lot of us that are entrepreneurs, creators, community leaders, we're always really focused on what is the experience for other people outside of us, our customers, our clients, all of those people. But it's important for us to have a good experience as well. And so, yesterday inside the Global Business Plaza, I started leading a monthly workshop called the YouTube Experience Lab. And we're talking about really creating an experience with our YouTube channels. And so, we got started with that yesterday. The first one was so much fun. I had so much fun with everybody that came. And that was one of the first instructions I gave them. I said, look, at the end of the day, guys, creating content on YouTube or wherever you're creating content has got to be fun and exciting for you. Or one, you're not going to keep it up. And two, you're just going to be miserable. It's not going to bring you any kind of joy. And I've shared time and time again how when I'm going through some of the most challenging times in my life, my videos, my content are some of the things that really keep me going during those hard times because I have such an enjoyable experience. So I just want to put that out there today and say, if you're not having a good time, a good experience with content that you're creating, then remember to not just make it a good experience for everybody else, make it a good experience for you too. And then you'll keep up with it as well. I'm going to head over to the comments today. Marjean is waiting in the wings and says, good morning, everybody. Happy to see you here this morning. Sang is amazing. Listen, Marjean and I spent an hour in the green room for this show doing makeup and everything else because I have the show today, but I also have other videos that I have to record. And so I'm like, let me just get my life together. Right. It is good to see you. Thank you, Marjean. That's lovely. I have joy in I really do have fabulous children. We go at it from time to time like anybody else, but I really do. I have really good children, and I'm very thankful for that. Thank you, Sang. Appreciate you. So, yeah, New London people, I don't think they do. I think some of them go back in August. You need to check the facts because everybody's been talking about going back in August, and it's weird and strange. Thank you so much. So this is the interesting fact. You guys know that I've been playing with my reds. I've been really trying to go somewhere with red lipstick. I am really, my favorite so far has been number 130, and it's a Sephora cream lip stain, number 130. I can't actually, guys, it's so, who can read this? Can I just for 1 minute? No one can read this. Okay, I just put it out there. I cannot. I might have to like zoom in with my phone. Remember when our grandparents or our parents used to go in the drawer and get the magnifying glass out? Today's version of that is getting your phone and zooming in. Pulling up the camera and zooming in so that you can actually see. But it's number 130 anyway. This has become my favorite. But this morning, I didn't get to it as quickly. So I did it's also by Sephora. It's this one actually I can read. They made it so I can read it. It's a Sephora lip liner, number 20. It's called Berry Bang. Berry Bang. And that's one. And then I pulled out an oldie but a goodie. And Kat Von D, for anybody that doesn't know, if you don't remember her, she was on what was the name of the tattoo show? It was just something Ink. Anyway, she was on Tattoo Show years ago, Kat Von D, and she, for anybody that doesn't know, is vegan, and she came out with a vegan makeup line as well. And I fell in love with number let's see, what number is this, 230. It's called Next Wave. There's one other color that I liked too, but it can't come in these, which is very differently shaped than normal lipstick and things like that. But I love these lipsticks, and I was obsessed. They were going out, so I don't even think you can get them anymore. So I snatched a bunch of them before they went away from. So it was either Ulta or Sephora. I snatched a whole bunch back before they went away. And so I have a drawer full, and every now and then I pull them out. But this morning I tried it with that berry lip liner instead of the cream lipstick that I was talking about. And I was very happy with it. So that's the news from the green room this morning, everybody. That's all I've got for you. Without further ado, everybody, Marjean is here today. We got to get to our very important topic. So let's welcome her back to the show. Welcome back, Marjean. Every time you put that hood on, you know what it reminds me of?
What?
There's that meme that was going around for the longest time with Kermit the Frog.
I know what you're talking about.
And the hood. You know what I'm talking about? Kermit the Frog here. Marjean doesn't sound like that, though. You're rocking the red lip today as well.
Well, it was beige, and then I put red glitter all over it, so... It's
glitter?
It's makeup glitter. It's not, like, toxic. So.
Oh. Thank you for clarifying.
It's really sparkly.
Wow. It's like, that's what I was going to say. It's like Dorothy's slippers.
Yes, it is.
It's Dorothy's slippers, guys, is what it is here today. Yeah, it's a Kermit, right? Yes. And I don't know what it is with the puppets and Muppets and all of Sesame Street and all of that coming to mind lately. Yesterday was National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. It was yesterday, you guys. And I have been on we have really been on a little journey in the house with eating a little bit better, more nutritiously and all of that. So I was like, if we are going to make cookies, we are going to make damn good cookies. And if anybody doesn't follow her, her name is Nisha, and she is the creator for Rainbow Plant Life on YouTube, Rainbow Plant Life. And I have her cookbook, by the way, that's incredible. I mean, it really is like the vegan version of like Julia Child. Like that's what it takes me to. She's just fantastic. And she has a recipe that is like the ultimate chocolate chip cookie. And it is delectable. Like it really, you brown the butter, you get like the really, really good quality, super, super dark chocolate, and you chop up the chocolate to make the chips instead of just buying chocolate chips. So it really, I mean, I said, listen, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it good. And those were good cookies. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think I would have preferred it if I had it like warmer, but I like the texture of it when it's cold. So I'm stuck in between, but it was good.
I thought they were really excellent. And everybody else tore them up as well. I wonder if Dad ate his. Now I'm about to be offended. I'm going to go check on the break and go see if he ate his cookie next to the bed that I left for him. We're going to find out. Anyway, getting to our topic today, we were talking about before the show how August doesn't really have any federal holidays. So it's sort of interesting timing that we're talking about this as well. But finding joy in life's in between moments. So what do we do when we're waiting for the next birthday, the next holiday, the next opportunity, the next big life chapter? And how do we navigate the quiet moments between celebrations, challenges, accomplishments, and transitions? And we wanted to talk about this today because you just graduated high school, but you graduated through homeschool, which is interesting because you're still 16. You're going to be 17 this year, right? Yeah. But so there's this little gap or waiting period now because you're kind of you're done with school, but you're still too young to do certain things and be considered an adult and, do certain things like that. So this is kind of an interesting waiting period. And I know that it was a time, the same thing with your sister when she graduated, that she graduated at 16 as well. And so again, she had that same period where she kind of had to wait, and now she has an excellent job and she's kind of coming into, she's growing her Instagram and working on that, and there's a lot of things that she's really enjoying doing. But I'm sure, have you talked to her about that period of time for her as well?
Not really, because me and her, like, since we were little, have just, even though we're only 2 years apart, we've gone through things very differently. Even if we've been in the exact same situation, we just operate very differently with different things. And me and her are, like, so different, but we're also, like, super close, and we always talk to each other about things. But I don't think I've talked to her about that. And I think the way I'm just going through it is, like, at the beginning of the year, I write cards for myself to be like, open this on the first day of the month every year. And then it's like holidays and then my birthday only. And it's just kind of like I ask myself questions and I forget what I write on the card, and then I just go back and answer them. Um, and that kind of like helps me navigate what I'm actually doing and what I'm accomplishing. Because, like we were talking about the one episode, if you're rewarding yourself all the time, it's like you're not as appreciative for it. But when it's like every month and you're actually seeing that progress, it's like a reward to yourself instead of being like, oh, well, I did my chores every single day of the year. So you're kind of just acknowledging that instead of telling yourself. And then I write a note in it that's like telling myself I love myself or saying something nice to myself. So I definitely think that's a big help to like get through the months that you're not really doing anything, because you're still doing something with that.
Right. Well, so there's a couple things I want to talk about. One, it's really frustrating for me to hear. So, there, like we talked about, there's sort of this, people are very quick to focus on like the next big thing. Like something big happens and then it's like, ooh, what next?
Yeah.
And we don't really give ourselves the time, space, permission, whatever it is, to have some downtime. We're not really trained for that. We're trained for this like go, go, go. And so it's very frustrating for me to hear like people that know that you've graduated, that their first question to you is like, what are you going to do next?
Yeah, I've been hearing that like so like at least once a week from somebody.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, especially like if you're not graduating early, you're still only, I still count 18 as a teenager. Sue me. I think 20 is an adult. But you're still 18. You're still a teenager. How are you supposed to know what you're going to be doing for your whole life career? I mean, everybody at that age is probably like, oh, I'm about to go to college or I'm about to go work at McDonald's. Because especially now, like my friend just applied somewhere and she was one of the top listed to like get the job. And she still hasn't heard back yet. I feel like people nowadays just don't even care what you're doing anymore, but they still ask.
Right. Right. And yeah, so it's frustrating. And I remember feeling that pressure as well, even though like I had finished school and graduated high school, and I graduated 18 from public school. And I worked for 6 months, when a lot of my friends, I would say the vast majority of my friends went to, either college or, some sort of job with their parents or whatever, like right out of high school, where I had like maybe a couple months, and then I went to go work at a restaurant for a semester, and then I went to college for a semester, and then my whole life changed because I got married and moved away and everything else. But it's like, I remember feeling, and I on reflection now, I think that's why I had two reasons why I had a really hard time then was, one, the incredible amount of pressure that I felt to have it all figured out. And two, nobody told me that I could, like, I don't remember hearing that it was okay for me to pick a path and then it would be okay for me to switch it later.
Yeah.
Like that you know that it does, like how you mentioned, like I don't know what I want to do for my whole life, that nobody ever says to us it's okay to not do it your whole life. Like you could do something until your 40s, which we see a lot these days in adult land. There's so many people switching careers in their 40s, 50s, and 60s
Yeah.
now. And so we need to be able to give ourselves permission to do that as well. What do you feel like the people that are really quick to rush to be like, okay, what are you going to do? Like, how does that make you feel? And like, what do you feel like kind of responding with that maybe you don't?
Honestly, my first thought is mind your business, but my
I will not drink a
but
smoothie on air.
the thing people really push is respect your elders, so I can't say that. However, I would say just like if anybody's pressuring you to do something, I don't really I don't think there's anything much you can say other than just like, well, I don't know right now, or if you do know right now, that's okay. Nobody's telling you you can't have options either. For me personally, I would love to be a model and I would love to be, you know, one of the Victoria's Secret models one day. That's like a big dream of mine. I would really love to do. Oh my god. I would really love to do that.
She's getting choked up, guys.
No, I need water, but I lost my water. But yeah, I would really love to do that one day. Especially because like I said in the other episode, I really look up to Adriana Lima. Like she's one of my favorite models of all time. And but yeah, it's okay to like not know what you're doing right now, because right out of high school, I feel like it's always been such a thing to know what you're going to do next and to figure that out immediately. And honestly, I think that's kind of stupid. Like I plan to live with you and dad as long as possible because it is so expensive and it is really, really tough. And I haven't even had a job yet. Well, technically, but I haven't like gotten an actual job yet.
Yeah.
So
outside of babysitting. Yeah.
Yeah. And shout out to Talena. She's great. I love her. She's amazing. But yeah. So you don't have to know right now. You can decide later. And I'm glad I graduated early because now I can take all of this time in the world to just figure out what I actually want to do. And even then I would still do that if I graduated at 18. There's no pressure on me. I feel really like secure and safe with you and dad as my parents because I know you guys aren't going to pressure me and I know you guys aren't going to make me do a career or a path that I don't want to do. Because most parents would just, you know, send them off to college or send them off to, you know, be a doctor or a lawyer, whatever. But you and dad couldn't care less as long as I'm happy and I'm, you know, safe.
Well, happy, safe, and able to support yourself, right?
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons why we don't really rush in our household to be like, well, you're 18, time to get a job and get the hell out. You know, that's not that's not what we do here because, like you said, one, the world is very expensive, especially in the area of the world that we live in. You know, rent is unbelievable. And then and you know, you guys have had good practice in a big family of what it's like to live with a bunch of other people. And I feel like that is training in itself because you know, when you go to have a roommate or live with someone else, it's a whole new experience because you know, you have to learn the other person. There's all kinds of things that come with living together. Is there any thing in particular that the in between season is teaching you?
Honestly, like with August, there's still stuff that goes on in my life, but there's no like big things, I guess, that people are doing because they're getting ready for school to open back up. They're It's right before, September, which is when I think fall starts in September. I think like the 21st or something. I don't know. But fall's about to start, so other things are opening back up. It's kind of just like that period where it's December and it was just Christmas where things were kind of closing up. And then, and like rushing, and then you get that little time, and then things are getting ready for the new year. So it's just like that big space of time where things are sort of going on, but there's still, like you have to wait and you have to be patient. And I hate doing that because I'm not a homebody. I like to be out of the house. I like to be doing things, but then I also complain when I'm out too much. So,
Yep. Yeah, and we're very similar in that way. I also really like to go out and see, this is what's interesting. We're so opposite of like dad, because dad comes off as much more as a homebody, which is interesting now. And I think it's because honestly he's out of the house a lot already. He works long hours, and so when he's done, he's right, and we're like, but wait, we want to go out, and but physically and even mentally I can only handle so much now at this point in my life. I and I find it a challenge to balance, spending time with people, going out, being, in a group, or going out to dinner or going to a concert or whatever, but also really just how quickly it exhausts me.
yeah.
So I like to do it, but then I like to just come home and crash for a few days.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I really, and this is what I tried to explain to my friends, that I need more friends who can either drive or, honestly, top of my list, probably a boyfriend that can drive, if anyone's interested.
We're going to have to go to break, guys.
Guys, we're going to have to go to break after this one. I'm just kidding. Probably. I am single. I do like long walks on the beach. So just
can't do it.
But yeah, I just want someone who can drive, because I really like going places, but I can't drive. And I don't think dad would feel safe if I was driving, even though I feel like I would be a really good driver. I honestly think I would be a great driver. But
well, it's interesting though too that you're talking about this, because I did not get a license until I was pregnant with your brother. So Clay. So I was 20 years old when I got a license. But when I was growing up, I feel like the world was a lot different. I mean, I had a monthly bus pass. I would go everywhere on the bus. I would walk a lot of places. I would ride my bike a lot of places. But it was I feel like a very different world then, than it is now. And also a lot of the places that we, used to go and ride our bike to or walk to don't even exist anymore. They don't have a lot of like the teen hangouts anymore. So I will have to tell you, where the sub base is in Groton?
Yeah.
And there's Navy housing over there. So in Navy housing, there was like a community center. And when we were growing up, they would have teen nights I think it was either Thursday or Friday night. And it was just like the teens would go, we would go, they would be playing music, we would just dance. There might have been like, if I remember correctly, like a foosball table, ping pong, something like that, and you'd be playing that. And so we would all be hanging out and doing those things together. And a lot of those kind of teen hangouts, they don't exist in this area anymore. And so it's like, what do you do?
Yeah, and it's like what we were just talking about, the being rushed into society thing. People probably expect that teenagers after high school, like when they're in high school, they're public schooled usually, and they're not going to really have that much time to actually go and do stuff, which is honestly really upsetting, because you go to school for all that time and then you come home and you do all that homework and you have like an hour to do whatever you want.
Right. Yeah.
Or you're sleeping because
Mm-hmm.
you were out all day and now you have to do
Yeah.
homework. But you know, people don't really expect teenagers when they're in school to come do stuff, and then after school it's like, oh well, they're still not doing anything because they're in college. And the things in, you know, where we live right now, it's like it's mainly anchored towards little children and preteens,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
then that's it. Which they still
Yeah.
go to school too, yeah, sure, but it's like even in the teen room at the library over here, it's preteens and it's also little kids that come in too, even though it's supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be a teen space, which is great. You know, you're including everybody, but there's literally nothing that is anchored towards teenagers. And like in some of the homeschool groups we're in, I haven't seen a group that's other than the one I joined that's not really close to us. It's like it's still, you know, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like 17 and younger. I don't see
Mm-hmm.
anything for 18, 19 or 20, which is like, yeah, at that age you're usually making your own plans, but I like the idea of the group I found where any teen that's interested in doing these things can come and do it. And then if you want to socialize with them, you know, that's kind of the whole point, but you're not really forced to go and talk to them if you don't
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah. I do find it really interesting now, the lack of things that there are for teens your age, and then when there are things for teens your age, or for like teenagers as a whole, the people that show up are like the younger teenagers. A lot of the older teenagers don't show up to the events. I was
Mm-hmm.
really surprised to see that because I like lived at the library as a teenager. Like I went to every program that I could go
Yeah.
to at the library, and at the time so did a lot of my friends. But I've noticed it different. Do you think that a lot of teenagers are engaged in like other activities? Do you think that a lot of them are just going to school tired and then they go online and then they go to bed? Like, what do you think it is that keeps the older teenagers from showing up?
I think part of it could be distance,
Mm,
parents, or just like being tired or being shy. Because I know when we go to the beach and everything or go to events at other places and I see teenagers, they are obviously not shy. Obviously, especially if they're public schoolers. Like they may keep to their own crowd, but they are definitely not quiet. They're
mm,
definitely not shy. And I feel like when you're public schooled, it's like less of an excuse to be
mm.
shy because you're talking to everyone all day. You're
I
being in
wouldn't,
public all
I
day.
will say I wouldn't be quick to say that just because, I mean, you've never been in public school before, but there was plenty of people that I went to school with that were super shy. And
Yep.
I had moments as well where I just, you know, I would be sort of a social butterfly at sometimes, and other times I felt really like out of place and shy because there's those
Hmm.
sort of cliques and different groups of people in school. And so I wouldn't be so quick to say that, but um I don't know that teenagers in my mind have ever been super open to getting to know other teenagers that maybe aren't in the circle of people that they run with at school.
Yeah, like when I would go to the library and do things, I would be like, "Oh, I was homeschooled," and you kind of already see a look people give. That's like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. They
Yeah.
just give you a look, and like I'm a big talker, so when I saw the look, I was like, I switched topics really easily, which is what I try to tell Nina to do when she wants to go talk to people.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, well, she's like, well, what do you do after this? And I'm like, just be like, oh, you know, like the color of your shirt that actually reminds me of something I have, and you just talk about that, and then you keep talking about things, and
Mhm.
eventually they'll end up bringing stuff up too, which has always been my experience. I know it's not as easy as it sounds to do because talking to people is not the easiest thing ever, but I don't know. I feel like it's difficult when you start out homeschooling to make friends unless
Mm.
you are talkative or you're not that shy. And you
Yeah.
know when I first came here I was shy. Like, I wasn't really talking to anybody. And then I feel like after a year, I was just like a blabbermouth. And I was making friends finally. I don't know how.
You heard it here first, everybody. I think it's important for everybody to remember how to sum it up, how we can create joy when nothing particularly exciting is happening in our lives. Small rituals, creativity, learning, being present, and really making an effort to make connection. The waiting room gives us opportunity to have patience, to be super present and grateful, to find new ways to appreciate yourself, the things around you, and also think about how can we balance anticipation with that appreciation. It's great and wonderful to look forward to the future, but it's also good to have appreciation for what you have right in front of you. And maybe the slowing down, maybe that waiting room, maybe the presence is exactly what you need in the moment. We're going to take a super quick break. And when we come back, we have birthdays. Let's do it.
I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart. I shall stand for love, for the world is wounded, not just my little piece of land, where I am mostly safe, where I am mostly well, but our world, everywhere, every day. I shall stand for love, because we need more light, not more death, not more power, not more bombs. I shall stand for love, so that our children are safe, so that our friends are sheltered, so that our borders are open. I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart.
Thank you for standing for love with us here on Project Joy Live. We're back today with Marjean, and we've been talking about finding joy in life's in between moments. We've been down a rabbit hole of talking about a whole bunch of things today. And I do have to tell you guys really quickly that apparently it is National Work Like a Dog Day today, and it urges us to charge forth and meet every challenge we face. And then to think about, maybe sometimes it's okay to take a break from that as well. Just want to remind that.
Tomorrow's going to be National Take a Nap Day.
I think that should follow Work Like a Dog Day for sure. For sure. All right. It's time for birthdays, Marjean. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, everybody. So, in the world of celebrity today, I'm surprised. Frankly, I'm surprised and I'm a tad disappointed, Marjean, that you are not like celebrating in some kind of way today.
I am, because I know whose birthday is today.
Whose birthday is it, Marjean?
Okay, it might seem weird, but I have it on my calendar. Like actually, not on this one, my digital calendar. But today's Youngblood's birthday. Well, his actual name's Dominic, but I
did not know that. Wait, let's learn things. Fun fact: Youngblood is whose birthday is today. I did not realize that he's 29 years old today. He's
That's
quite
okay.
a bit. And so his name is Dominic, though. I did not know that.
Yeah, his mom. I'm pretty sure his mom calls him Dom, or something, and that's kind of like what he likes to say instead of Dominic. No. He doesn't like to say Dominic because that's what his mom used to call him when he would get in trouble. But his name's Dominic. But his singer name is Youngblood. But me and my dad really love his music. He was so good at Lollapalooza when I watched it on Disney. But
very nice.
Yeah, he's one of like my favorite singers ever.
He's always shirtless and sweaty, and I remember being young and appreciating the shirtless and sweaty people too.
Yeah, I have Damon shirtless on one of my shirts, I think.
Love it. All right, happy birthday, Youngblood. Also, In 2012, Neil Armstrong passed away, but today was his birthday on July 20th, 1969. He was the first to step foot on the moon. And so happy birthday, Neil Armstrong. And also actor, he makes me feel some kind of way too. Jesse Williams, 45 years old today, from Grey's Anatomy, among many other things, a fantastic actor. So happy birthday, Jesse Williams. And celebrities in my life, we have not one, not two, but three Breakthrough Show Network alum today. Joe Matz has a birthday today. Nico Padden, incredible musician over in New York. And Harrison Tanner Barron has a birthday today as well. And also Laura McPhee has a birthday. Happy birthday to you guys. Anybody you are celebrating today, Marjean, besides Youngblood?
Well, not today, but my best friend's birthday, Mariah, her birthday's this month. Me and her both forgot each other's birthdays. I'll have to ask her what day her birthday is, but she's going to be 18 this year. Big age. Very exciting.
Very exciting. Happy birthday, Mariah. All right. You ready to get a birthday song on?
I think so. I missed my singing lesson the other day.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. That was really good. That was really good.
Happy birthday, yes, dear Youngblood, Neil Armstrong, Jesse Williams, Joe Matz, Nico Padden, Harrison Barron, and Laura McPhee. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. We hope you have an absolutely amazing day, week, month, however long you're celebrating is fine with me. Let's see. Anything you want to leave us with today, Marjean?
Don't feel rushed into doing things, no matter what it is. Don't feel forced into doing things, no matter what it is. And be yourself. And also know that even if it's just a day or a week, not doing something is probably a sign that you should either collect your thoughts, collect yourself, or honestly, just take a break because you deserve it.
There you go. There you go. And I have to point out really quickly that over your shoulder on the wall is a person that you are going to get to meet in less than 2.5 months. Let's Vanna White it. There we go. Okay.
Yes.
Who is that? And tell us where you're going to meet them at. It's very exciting.
So that's Jason Marsden. I'm going to be meeting him at 90s Con this October because they were bullies and they switched the day. But that's okay because that's my birthday month. So I'm actually really excited because now I have my birthday, 90s Con, and Halloween, which is my favorite holiday.
There you go.
Of all time. I love Halloween. But I'm excited to meet him because honestly, I forgot what was his name was Nelson in the show, but Nelson and DJ should have been together. I loved Viper, but sorry. Should have been.
So here's the story. 90s Con 2024. Jason Marsden was the first one that my husband and I went to go see. Now, this is the first time that we had been to 90s Con. So my husband and I just went alone and we only went for one day. And so I told, Marjean was like, if you meet Jason Marsden, you gotta, tell him whatever. So I went to him and I told him, I'm like, listen, my daughter loves you. And he was like, why isn't she here? And I'm like, well, we came for the first time, blah, 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 excuses. And so he was so lovely and gave us that signed picture that's behind Marjean for her. And so we got a picture of her very excited when we came home of holding the autographed photo. And so I said, listen, if he ever comes back, you'll get to meet him. And then last year, the girls came with us to 90s Con, but of course he was not there. This year he is back. And so Marjean is very excited to get to meet Jason Marsden at 90s Con 2026. Very exciting. In Hartford, Connecticut, you guys.
Yes, I'm also very excited to meet Kenny Ortega because he did all the Descendants movies. He participated in Dirty Dancing, which is one of my favorite romance movies.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to remember what the other one was. It's another like older one. I forgot. But he Hocus Pocus. He helped out with that too. And he also made Julie and the Phantoms, which is another show I watched with my sisters. But I honestly just want to thank him because those movies raised me. They were like the best things ever. And yeah, I'm very excited to meet him.
I'm just having a moment about Kenny Ortega because I didn't realize that he. Wait a minute. Wait. There's two different people.
While she's researching, isn't this so cute? She has a crown. This reminds me of Sang. I don't know if Sang is still here, but when I saw this, I thought of Sang immediately because look at the little crown, and it's pink, and she's just so cute. But it reminds me of Sang, so I got it. I had to get it, and I have one with Nina too. She has a baby pink one.
Is he a dancer as well?
I don't know. As far as I know, he's a producer, and I think he helped out with casting for a few things.
Director and film producer. Hocus Pocus is what he's coming for, but I did not even realize he worked on Xanadu, St. Elmo's Fire, Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Dirty Dancing.
Mm-hmm.
What? And okay, so there's some really big names coming to 90s Con this year, and it's insanity at this point.
I went to go look at the pricing. Almost everybody's pricing is up from like it said it might change because it's a new year or whatever, but everything is relatively the same. Like when I checked prices the other year, it was the same. But his pricing isn't up yet, and I'm afraid it's gonna be expensive. But I'm hoping if he's there the first day, I don't know what days he's gonna be there, if he's there all weekend or what. But if he's there in the morning, I'm bolting to his line if it's not already full. Because I know I'm already going to want to talk to him, and I might be a while. Not like a while, but, you know, I might be a minute. But it depends. I don't know if his line's going to be short at first or Jason's. Whoever's is, I'm going to talk to them.
He worked with okay, I'm doing a complete rabbit hole over here, and we have to end the show. So thank you guys so much for watching today, wherever you are in the world. Thank you, Marjean, for being here as always, and we will see you in a couple weeks on another episode. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. This is Marjean Dugas, and we will see you next time down an all new rabbit hole on another episode of Project Joy Live. Remember, everybody, you are the joy, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.